Okay.
Yes. Okay, now let's just look at these dynamics on that pivot. Because the pivot needs to be all set up with the feet and legs so that you have good balance. Let's do a profile for you this way. So notice now, the legs are on one line. The legs are on one line, so you can't see my back foot. See, now you can see the space between my legs? You can't do that. You have to be all the way on one line. Now the toes can't be parallel. Look at my feet are parallel. It's so hard to balance. You have to open those toes up. So the toes are open, right? Now when you rotate, you have to try to keep those knees and thighs together. And rotate. See, she's doing quarter turn, trying to keep the knees and thighs together the whole time. Bam. Again. Then we did our half turn exercise. And half a turn, and half a turn. Trying to keep your legs together tight. Okay, now the tough one is to do the back pivot. Now the back pivot, we'll practice that. And quarter turn, and quarter turn, and quarter turn, and quarter turn. Right? Trying to keep your legs super tight. Now we do the half turn action. Go. Half a turn, and half a turn. Okay? Now notice if you combine them, you're going to travel. So let's do the traveling action, and we go pivot, and pivot, and pivot, and pivot. Now where we used it on a forward basic with a turn. I want to demonstrate. So we used it with a forward and a turning basic, and we go. One, pivot, pivot, and a back basic. That's our left turn. Again, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the way we use this with our partners is we start in double hand hold. We did 1, 2, 3, 5. They come in. This is compression. And we talked about compression. So the hands are in the middle. Okay? When our body weight goes forward, we have compression. When our body weight goes back, we have what we call leverage. So when you're doing this step, 1, 2, 3, this is compression. Body weight into your hand. That gives you something to push. And here goes the pivot, and 5, 6, 7. In, and. Now we talked about dance position. When she comes in, you rotate your frame. This action of your hand, your shoulders, that's the action that gets her to go. Okay, so I'm using my shoulder, and 5, 6, 7, and that gives her momentum. Now leaders, we talked about your turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Your first step is straight. Your second step is the pivot. Your third step is the pivot, and you're back. So when we're dancing, we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can combine them. 2, 3, 4. I go. So your turns are more dynamic. Okay. Thank you.